Greetings my friends, and welcome back to the channel. The new Sith Wars were one of the most important conflicts in all of Star Wars history. After the fall of the resurgent Sith Empire led by Darth Malgus and later Darth Decius, the Jedi Order was hoping for some time of peace. Ultimately though, their hopes would be dashed as another Dark Lord of the Sith would then be on the rise, bringing about the Fourth Great Schism, and ushered in a brand new era, known now as the New Sith Wars. The New Sith Wars would kick off the long conflict that would ultimately end with the destruction of the Brotherhood of Darkness and the ancient era of the Sith before Bane's era was established, and the rule of two doctrines set in place. The one Dark Lord of the Sith that would make all of this come about staked his claims in history as Darth Ruin, another famed Jedi Master turned Sith who would alter the course of galactic history. Students and acolytes of the Force, today we'll be opening up a few holocrons to explore this period of history and talk about Darth Ruin, the man that created the chain of events which ultimately brought about the Sith rule of two. Before we begin though, our scanners have picked up that many of the ships passing through haven't subscribed yet, so if you enjoy our data logs and want to have access to daily uploads of information, be sure to blast that subscribe button. Now, let us begin. Darth Ruin started out as many future Sith Lords do, as a Jedi. Following in the footsteps of his predecessors, Jedi Master Martynas would soon become frustrated with his place in the Jedi Order, as he became completely disillusioned with its lore given time. Though what separates Martynas from the other fallen Jedi is that he didn't exactly become enticed with the dark side in the traditional manner of most Sith. Rather, he had a very specific philosophy about him that led him to believe that the Jedi were simply holding him back. You see, Jedi Master Martynas was always a controversial master of the Order, despite being somewhat renowned in the Jedi. He carried the philosophy that his own point of view was the only one that should have existed, quite literally. He believed that his own perspective and will was the only one that carried any weight in the grand scheme of the galaxy, making him exceptionally arrogant, and that even the Force itself should bend to his will. Simply put, Jedi Master Martynas carried a strange, egotistical sort of nihilism where he thought that he was the only one that was correct in the Jedi Order and in the entire galaxy, believing merely that he was the only person that mattered. This mindset, of course, went completely against the Jedi doctrine, so he would then decide to leave the Order and pursue his own path after discovering a Sith holocron in the vault of the Great Library on the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. What should be noted though is that Martynas was a fully formed Jedi Master, and at this point in time it was exceptionally rare, if not unheard of, for any Jedi to leave the Order, especially not someone the caliber of a Master, and especially not someone the skill level of Jedi Martynas. In the holocron, he discovered the truth about the Sith and what they really believed in, and it lined up with his own inherent philosophy enough to defect completely from the Jedi. During his reign, he would attempt to teach his disciples to essentially become a cult to worship only him. With this in mind, he created a code which was known as the Creed of Ruin. There is no passion, there is solely obsession. There is no knowledge, there is solely conviction. There is no purpose, there is solely will. There is nothing, only me. Declaring himself the new Dark Lord of the Sith, Martynas took on the moniker of Darth Ruin and started moving around the galaxy under the Jedi Order's nose in an attempt to find the remnants of the old Sith Empire. The old Sith Empire, who at the time were just individual clans dotted around the Outer Rim and were no longer united under one front. Darth Ruin soon united them all under one banner, however, with his extreme power and knowledge over the Jedi, deeming himself the new Sith Emperor. Along with this, he also actually caused around 50 Jedi to convert to the way of the Sith, spawning the Fourth Great Schism. When all of this plans were complete, Darth Ruin launched the galaxy into yet another war, which is what is officially known as the New Sith Wars. Darth Ruin would meet his end at the hands of his own underlings in a successful assassination attempt by other Sith. The thing was though, Darth Ruin must have not studied the Sith as well as he thought he had, and was completely blindsided by this betrayal of his apprentices, making the mistake of taking upon himself many apprentices. Ruin's philosophy of believing that he was the only one that mattered caused him to treat every one of his underlings like complete garbage, honestly believing that they quite literally didn't even truly exist in the grand scheme of Ruin's perfect galaxy. This provoked the wrath of his underlings, and they successfully plotted against him and destroyed him. Darth Ruin may have been a visionary, but it did not seem like he was a very fruitful leader at all, or a well-versed Sith Lord, despite uniting all of the Sith clans. After Darth Ruin's fall, the Sith would begin to turn upon each other yet again, just as they had in their old days, as a Sith civil war ensued, and the Jedi yet again destroyed the Sith as they were not united under one Dark Emperor. However, interestingly enough, one Jedi who served during the last few years of the new Sith Wars would also turn to the dark side after seeing the way that the Sith had carried themselves. This man, of course, was named Lord Khan, who would go on to reunite the Sith clans under the Brotherhood of Darkness in a way to get rid of the treacherous nature and infighting, leading the path of history to ultimately create the Rule of Two as established by Darth Bane. Many Sith since Ruin's time despised Darth Ruin, seeing his philosophy as wrong, and they considered the new Sith Wars to be the most wasteful of all their wars, especially against the Jedi, as it only left the Sith Order even more weakened than before. But now, my friends, what do you think of this strange Sith and the first member of the Lost 20, Infanius Darth Ruin, a man who did not consider the will of the Force as a Jedi, nor the progression of the Order as a Sith, but only his obsessive views on the galaxy and self-idolization. This was a man who wanted desperately to be a god, but lacked the proper preparation to do so. However, one thing that Ruin did unintentionally consolidate was the order of events that would lead to the creation of the Rule of Two, and thus the Sith's greatest triumph in Sidious. So tell us down below what you think of this odd Darksider, and be sure to let us know what other Sith you find interesting and would like to see explored in the holocrons on the channel. In the meantime, may the Force be with you, and we hope to see you in our next video.